Welcome to First Look Gnomes,
the podcast where two dads do silly things to the know gnome,
answers all of your burning questions.
we discuss our first looks.
And don't miss our tips for dads.
Because who wouldn't value tips from us?
Enjoy a good laugh with our collection of bad jokes
And dad jokes.
that will make you groan or maybe even giggle,
And don't forget to share your thoughts in the fish pond of feedback.
where we read and respond to listener comments if you simply email in to firstlookgnomes@outlook.com.
Here we go. That's right, I just having my moment of shame and guilt and doubt.
I love that.
Here we go.
What am I doing with my life?
Episode 8 so much right now. 8 you so much right now. Episode 8 so much right now. Episode 8 you so much right now. 8 you so much right now. Episode 8 you right now. Episode 8.
I guarantee this one is.
How do you spend your Saturday evenings, Petroskas?
I guarantee you this. Khalees has never once thought, I wonder how people are using my art and my music. I wonder if there's a guy in Cornwall who has rhymed the word 8 with hate and use it as an introduction to a podcast where two dads talk nonsense for half hour.
Episode 8.
Brilliant. Bravo, Martin.
Thank you very much.
Round of applause. That was excellent.
Very much.
That really... I think the fact that you just sung episode 8 you so much right now justifies what I just said to my wife, which was, you should actually listen to the podcast. Williams is actually really quite... Williams doesn't know it, but he's really quite funny. Like, I literally said that to my wife about 3 minutes ago. And you've just validated everything I said to her with episode 8 you right now.
Oh dear.
Some people probably don't think we're funny, but I thought that was genius. Well done, mate. Well done, mate.
That's what our Saturdays are about, aren't they?
You've cheered me up no end there. That was fantastic.
Yeah. So with the season planning, we said, right, that episode's going to have the 31st. That episode's going to have the fish pond of feedback. But I like a beer, Massage Kiss, so I'm going to also have another 31st.
Way!
So I'm just going to go into the thirsty fridge, which is
the one section,
still
the one part of the podcast that Williams will not let go of.
Before we get to the fish pond of feedback, so when they say, please stop with the thirsty first.
Man needs his beer.
This one's called The Misfits. Again, this is from the Wifey Wife. You're not going to like this one, Mr. Hodgkiss. You're not going to like it. There's a.
Is it fruity?
If you describe the picture.
Oh, what the bloody hell's that? Strawberries, grapes. What?
This is called The Misfits. Brewed in partnership with Freedom Brewery. Describe that picture of the strawberry that she's holding.
It looks like a strawberry booby. Or is it a willy? I can't quite work it out.
No,
is it a booby or a willy?
Similar to the last episode, sustainable brewing with basically leftover tiger bread, algae.
Oh, odd-shaped fruit, is it?
Using wonky fruit to avoid food waste.
Wonky fruit.
So this one, the last one was brewed with leftover bread, and this one's fruit wastage, basically.
Well, I mean,
I'm all
for using wonky fruit, but not in a beer. Fruit and beer.
4.5%. Beer brewed with fruit and I've had a beer or two.
Put your teeth in.
Beer brewed with fruit and fruit puree.
Fruit and fruit. Oh, no, I'm not enjoying this one already.
Sweet forest fruits of a sour touch from cherry. Sessionable, light, easy drinking. Sessionable. So what's sessionable mean, Sargis?
So to me, sessionable means if you want to go out,
you're on a session.
Yeah, so I like to go out personally. Subjectively speaking, I don't go out to get drunk. I go out to spend time with friends. And I like to spend as much time with those friends as possible, as coherent as possible while still being drunk. It's a fine balance. I tend to find, personally, when you veer into the kind of 5% beers, by the time it gets to 10 p.m. over the evening, you're all doolally and you're all talking nonsense and you can't really string a sentence together. Whereas with a session beer, which, to me, perfect 3.4%, you can be at 10 o'clock, you've had 4 beers, so you're well oiled, but not so oiled that you don't know what time of the day it is.
No.
A session beer for me is something you can drink over several hours without getting totally pished, but still have the nice
fruity.
kind of lip loosener characteristics that alcohol brings. So yeah, I like a session ale for that reason. It looks lovely, like that in the glass. That looks really nice, but fruit.
Not too sour, actually. It says, if you are not entirely satisfied with this product, please return it to the store where it was purchased, and we'll please replace or refund it. How am I meant to return this? Do I put it back in with the tin open?
You're not unsatisfied with it. You gave it 6 out of 10. That's not unsatisfied.
Is it not?
That's just, I don't like it as much as other stuff. I wish I'd had a Guinness instead.
Yeah. Do you think they'll give me a Guinness instead if I return the...
I think you could try, but
the wife bought this
like,
to me, and she's listening, so I do like it. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
It's... Georgie, if you're listening, stop buying beer with fruit in it, or with blueberries in it, or fruit, or beers that are like raspberry ripple ice cream.
But it's a 4.5%, so very sensible.
Oh yes, keep with a sensible strength, 100%. But I mean, Wells, I think you've got to put the foot down there and say, there's certain ingredients that need to go in beer. Fruit is not one of them. Would you agree or disagree?
I have had a nice fruity beer in my time.
Give me an example.
Well, I can't. But it wouldn't. It's not my go. It's not my go-to. But I'm sure I have on one of these podcasts. I'm sure. But it's not my go-to. Mr. Hodgkiss.
Yes, Mr. Williams.
You need to get something out, don't you?
Yes.
Get it out.
Okay, hang on.
Your rod. Get your rod out.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry. Didn't mean to that.
Get your fishing rod out, Mr. Hodgkiss.
I'll put those away.
It's time.
And get my rod out.
It's time for the Fish Pond of Feedback.
Fish Pond of Feedback.
First bit of feedback, per usual, from the wifey wife. She would like me to say, so if you go back to episode 5, Fatherly Follies and Retro Revelations, I think it was called, the wife wanted me to clarify that when I said shake him out of the I'm not going to sleep, I didn't literally shake the baby. All right.
Okay.
Apparently these days you have to clarify these things. So
just in case.
I just wanted to say, when I said shake him out of it, I didn't literally mean shake him out of it.
What were you talking about? Because I can't remember that one.
So this was just at the start of the episode. We had some technical delays, and then we're about to start, and then Logan wouldn't go to sleep, so I ended up going in and helped him out, and the change shook him out of it.
Brilliant.
But the way I said it, it sounded like I shook him out of it. I did not.
Amazing.
All right, so just for legal reasons and truth, to confirm, I did not shake any babies.
Don't shake the babies.
Emails. Have we had any emails? We have had an email. We've had an email through. And we were talking about this in the last episode, I think.
Can I just say,
Yes.
by the way, I'm still baffled the fact that people actually email
Well,
in.
maybe less so when you hear about this email.
Okay.
But we were talking about how good would it be to get some investment.
Oh, yes.
So we got an email from Aisha Gaddafi. Dear friend, I came across your email contact prior to a private search while in need of your assistance.
Oh, dear.
I am Aisha Gaddafi, the only biological daughter of former President Muammar Gaddafi. I am a single mother and a widow with 3 children. I have investment funds worth $27,500,000 United States dollars.
That is a lot.
And I need a trusted partner because of my current refugee status. However, I am interested in you for investment project assistance in your country. Best regards, Mrs. Aisha L. Gaddafi.
Okay.
Boom. We've got an investor, $27,500,000 United States dollars.
Oh, mate, we are gonna if we had $27.5 million to put into this podcast, can you imagine the quality of the content? It would go up at least 3%.
So should I reply and get things going?
Oh, mate, we could get, because imagine, right? Instead of us having to use kind of pretend Snoop Dogg, we could actually get real Snoop Dogg on the podcast. You remember, like we did that episode 2 kind of trial lead.
Actual Snoop Dogg.
Yes,
and the previous episode we had actual Michael Van Gogh.
Oh, Michael Van Gogh's legit. Yes. Like, he comes along. He's not in it for the money. He's in it for the fame and the glory. No. But imagine if we had... Imagine the guests we could get, right? $27.5 million.
Our good friends over at Mini Messmakers, they've written in.
Yay!
And I think you sent in something similar yourself, Mr. Archkiss. But they basically sent in a little video about real dad joke survivors, which I think you sent across, which is quite funny. But I'm not sure why it's relevant to our jokes, though. I don't know. But
our jokes are pure class.
It's basically a video documentary of kids talking about their parents and how it's basically ruined their lives. Which, it could be one of our sons one day. But so that one son says what he said to his dad, said, "Hey, I'm hungry," and the dad goes, "Hi, hungry, I'm Dad." And then, like, sad music plays, and then another girl talks about how she spilt some peas, and the dad goes, "Oh, you peed on the floor."
It's the way it's filmed, though.
Yeah, it's like it's filmed. Yeah. Go on.
Like, Live Aid and like Water Aid and those kind of like appeal videos. It's one of those, like, for survivors of dad jokes.
Yeah.
It's a great piece. It's a really funny video.
Yeah.
Can you post it on our Instagram, Miles?
I can, yeah.
What is our Instagram address? If anybody wants to follow us on Instagram.
Have a search for First Look Gnomes. But
very good.
But email in is always preferred. Good old fashioned email to firstlookgnomes@outlook.com. Yeah.
Well, thank you for Leanne for sending the content.
There's another bit that says I think to Holly says, "Hey Dad, can you make me a sandwich?" And the dad says, "Abracadabra, you are a sandwich." And then then it fades out. Holly now has an identity crisis. Yeah, we do. We appreciate that.
Can you make me a sandwich? Abracadabra, you're a sandwich.
Proper dad joke. I think our quality jokes are a bit higher, though. I think
you say our quality jokes, your quality of jokes. You're the dad joke expert.
New listeners, people listening.
God love you all.
Which is a worry. There's been
which is a worry.
Quite a leap.
Have we had a spike?
A spike in Asia. I'll get to it shortly, but yeah, very much Asia. A big spike. So I don't know what prompted that from our previous episodes, but we've got a new listener from Pleiku Gia province in Vietnam. I apologise for all the pronunciations of these.
So again, let's just clarify this. These are people who have actually genuinely downloaded the podcast. Vietnam.
Yep. So I don't know something.
Oh, hang on,
some sort of search for something we spoke about or whatever in the last episode
has led people to it.
Yeah. I don't know.
So can I legitimately do the Robin Williams line?
Yeah.
Good morning, Vietnam. We can actually say that on our podcast now.
Actually, probably.
That's unbelievable.
I don't think we've had one from Vietnam before, so quite possibly the first from Vietnam, which is cool.
Oh, welcome to the team, Vietnam.
We've had some from South Korea before. We've got a new listener in South Korea, Seonnam Si Ginogigi. I apologise.
Nice.
A new listener from Newburgh, Missouri.
Nice. We were talking about moving to Missouri this week at home, randomly.
Oh,
yeah.
that's random.
There we go.
Taiwan, another one, Taiwan, Taichung City.
Hello, Taiwan.
Kyoseong City. And then Mr. Hodgkiss. I don't know why.
Close to home?
Japan.
Japan.
Things are kicking off in Japan now.
Are we big in Japan?
Well, 5 new listeners in Japan. It's kicking off. It's blowing up.
We've gone viral. We've gone viral in Japan.
But yeah, 5 new listeners in Japan. So we've got a new listener in. Again, I'm really, really sorry. I'm presuming these people are expats in Japan or learning English in Japan. I don't know. But a new listener in Nishinomiya, Hyaga, Japan.
Wow.
Sapporo, Hokkaido, Japan. Higashi Murayama in Tokyo.
Okay.
Hanamutsu Shizuka, Japan. I'm really sorry. I'm
enjoying
pronouncing these as best as possible. Basically, I should just gone Japan. This one, Mr. Hodgkiss, I need your help with the pronunciation, please.
Okay.
We've got a new listener. Shall I spell it out for you?
Yes.
F.
Yeah.
U.
Yeah.
K.
Yeah.
U.
Fukushima.
U.
Yeah. Shima.
OKA.
Fuck you, okay.
Japan. Yes, that's all. I got new listeners from Japan, so that's kicked off. So I don't remember if we've had. I think we have had a listener from Japan before, but we're definitely not in that quantity. But
well, it's interesting.
What was the pronunciation you were going with there?
Fuck you, okay.
Pardon?
Fuck you, okay.
I would have gone Fukuoka, but
okay. Well, I'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. That sounds better. But so this isn't a first look. It's not an official first look, but we watched that boy band. I don't know if you've seen it. So in the 90s and the noughties in the United Kingdom, boy bands ruled the roost, and the BBC have created a documentary about these boy bands. The wifey wife and I can't say the wifey wife, that's you. My wife and I watched it. And it was bands like Five and Take That. And
5 are back together.
Well, they are, probably because of this show. This show's probably brought the attention back to them. But there was a band called 911. Now, in the United Kingdom...
the First Look Gnomes.
Not our show, no, the boy band show. The boy band 911 were probably not that big, and probably about it. They were not that big in the United Kingdom. They had like one number one and a load of kind of top 10 hits, which is still pretty big, but not compared to the likes of Take That. However, so yeah, 911, they weren't that big in the UK. I mean, they were big, but they weren't massive. But they went viral in Asia, so they were huge in Southeast Asia. So they were massive in Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe you and I, we're not going to be that big in the UK, But in Southeast
so we
Asia,
could be
we come from
under the
there.
radar in the UK. People just think we're just normal, wouldn't recognise us in the street.
Yeah.
Whereas in South Asia, boom, massive.
You land in if Mr. Cornish Williams lands in Tokyo, basically the city stops because there are screaming girls.
Beatlemania type thing.
Beatlemania.
Yeah.
It's First Look Gnome mania, but only in Southeast Asia.
Maybe.
That could be what's happening.
That'd be right because
I'd welcome it.
we can come
I'd
home for a
welcome
nice bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Lovely. Arigato, Japan.
Arigato gozaimasu. Magoto ni arigato gozaimasu. Fukuoka.
Lovely. Also, a new listener from, and this is our third new listener from Africa. So we've got a new listener from Iran, Algeria. So, which
nice.
our last season's target was to get a listener in Africa. And we've now got three. Still no one from the moon or outer space.
Oh, come on now. Even with like Bezos and Katy Perry
but
going
last
there.
season, it wasn't until the very last episode that we got a listener from Africa, so who knows?
Well, now Katy Perry is actually going into space.
What do you mean? What?
Katy Perry's going
This
into
is the
space.
first look for me. What do you mean Katy Perry's going to space? No.
You know Katy Perry?
Yeah.
She's going to space.
Right.
So the singer, a load of other women, that's doing like the first all-female space thing on like trip on Bezos, one of Bezos's
Amazon
space shuttles.
Okay.
I think it's Bezos. It's one of them.
Yeah.
It's
either
Bezos
his
or
or
Zuckerberg.
Musk, isn't it?
Musk, yeah. So she's going to space, yeah. So what we need to do, so here's the target, Wells. We need to get Katy Perry to become a fan
While she's
of our
up there,
podcast.
do a little download.
Do a little download while she's up in space, and then we can say we have somebody GPS coordinated from space who also happens to be
Does
Katy
GPS
Perry.
work up there? I don't know.
Well, you become, you are the satellite up there, right?
Yeah. How does that work?
I don't know. I don't pretend to know about these things. All I know is Katy Perry's a fan. She's going to space. She's going to be very close to the moon. So we could make it. Well, we could make it.
Katy Perry. If I keep saying Katy Perry, then it might come up on the searches. Katy Perry, Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. I tell you what, Katy Perry's not very good at making tickets affordable. She's coming to Belfast in the summer. We had a look at tickets, and the cheapest we'd get was like 190 quid or something.
Wasn't there some sort of rumour that she's a robot because her eyelids wouldn't close and she malfunctioned or something?
Katy Perry's a robot.
Yeah,
wasn't
there a thing where her eyelids wouldn't close and they closed and they got stuck and they didn't reopen?
Wow, she's probably just knackered.
Yeah, Google it.
Have you seen how skinny she
Google
is?
Katy Perry eyelid video or something.
I will have a look at that. I'm a big Katy Perry fan. I think she's a great pop star.
She malfunctioned as a robot apparently. So
okay, well there you go. Katy Perry bot.
Would you like to do your first look?
I can do, yes. So, my first look, Williams. We did something we've never done before. Something that I have wanted to do all my adult life, and circumstances have never allowed us to do it. But recently, we were able to do it. It was go somewhere warm in the winter. We've never done it before, and I'm going to say this. We would absolutely do it again, even though it absolutely played with my mind. So, I'm not a big fan of winter in the United Kingdom.
It's cold. It's usually wet as well. It's wet cold.
It's wet, it's cold, and it lasts forever. Like, I remember as a kid, we used to have 3 seasons. Winter started at Christmas and was done by March. And then March, the spring would come in, and it would be nice. Now, I don't know if it's just because I live in Northern Ireland, which is obviously a lot further north than Wolverhampton. But winter seems to start in September and doesn't finish till June. It's like it's cold and wet for 9 months of the year. So it's got my kind of seasonal affective disorder has got worse. And I've always said for years now, like, the Christmas holiday is such a waste of time because you've got like a lot of places and my places I've worked have like forced you to take a week off work, but you can't go anywhere because to try and go abroad or something is like £3,000, and most of the time people are sick and you've got responsibilities to family, etc. So I'm like, it's annual leave, but it's not like productive annual leave. But this year, for the first time, not at Christmas, but at half term, we were able to go abroad to the Canary Islands just because the stars aligned. My wife was able to get annual leave, Brain was off school, and we got ourselves a little trip abroad.
Very nice.
And because the Northern Irish holidays and the English holidays don't clash.
Hence no episode last.
Yeah, that's it. We were away. And Northern Irish holidays don't clash with the English holidays, so it's not stupidly expensive. And we saw a deal, and we're like, that sounds too good to be true, but we took it, and it was all legit. So we went away, and it was the freakiest thing ever, because when we left, it was 2 degrees, and 4 hours later, it was 22 degrees. 4 hours. 20 degrees warmer. That freaked me out because we took off in the cold and then got off the plane and was like, this is warm and there's no grass anywhere. It's dry. And there's volcanoes. And we went for a sunshine holiday in February. We didn't see a cloud for a week. We didn't see any rain. It was so bizarre. Like a summer holiday.
Yeah.
It was a summer holiday. It was February. I don't get it. I couldn't compute it in my head. I was like, this is a weird thing to say, and I apologize. I don't apologize. It's just what I observed.
So, am I guessing you've not been to the Canary Islands before?
No, I have been.
Okay.
But when I was a kid,
summer.
In the summer.
Okay, right. Yeah.
You go for your summer holiday, and it's summer, and you go somewhere, and it's like summer. I've not been to the sun in the winter. Although saying that,
I suppose it would blow your mind, yeah.
13, 14, when did I think about this? What are you in? 2021, 12 years ago, we went to Dubai. And do you know what freaked me out there? The moon was upside down.
Yes, I remember you saying, yeah.
Weird. So in the United Kingdom, you have a crescent moon, and the crescent moon is on the left and on the right. But when you're in Dubai, because obviously of the way the planet is, the crescent moon is upside down, so it's like a smile. So the moon is like a smile rather than a kind of an ear. It was the same kind of effect here, just being in the sunshine in February. Like, why am I'm doing the Macarena in February? No one does the Macarena in February. If I was to say to you, William, to the Macarena, you'd say no, not until July. July's when you do the Macarena. July. Sunshine is associated with England in the Euros, like music festivals, and the Macarena. February is everyone's got COVID. Well, because that's what people do on holiday. You go on holiday. Yeah, you do like Saturday. You do like Cha-Cha Slide, the Macarena, Saturday Night, all those kind of songs. All the kids are up, and there's the holiday reps going, come on, everybody, all the kids, come on, kids, get up on the stage, do the dancing.
A little mini first look. Logan's learned how to do the Macarena.
Has he learned how to do the Macarena? Yeah. And does he love it?
Macarena. He does it in his own little way, but...
But does he love it?
Yeah.
That's cute. Little legend.
Yeah, sorry. I digress.
But no, just that was it. That was my first look. Going abroad to the sun in February was amazing, but really kind of messes with your head.
Was like I told you, I went there as a kid and used to call it a fart adventure. Anyways,
any reason why?
Well, it looks like a fart adventure, doesn't it? Fuerteventura to a kid, it looks like a fart adventure.
Well, fart adventure is a lot easier to say than Fuerteventura.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there you go. First looks for me. I've got a couple first looks, TV related. So I had a first look at Colourblocks.
Oh, nice! What a show!
Great show. So Logan's really into his colours at the moment. So had a first look at that show. 3 seasons now. As you can guess, it's about colours. Purple is his favourite.
Same as me.
He
Good man.
thinks he's purple. He thinks I'm red, apparently. And
Need to allow for the 8% beers.
and his mama's pink. But it's so really first look at Colourblocks. And today, fresh off the press, he's for the first time said the word red.
Oh.
And the word white, which I think is really quite a difficult word to say for a 2-year-old. White. And boo. Not quite got a blue yet, but boo. So that's cute. And then as listeners of the First Look Gnomes series know that and people that have started to listen, First Look Gnomes is it's hot off the press. First looks at stuff that no one else has ever looked at, such as Google Mic Search and things like that. I've had a first look at The Sopranos.
Oh. Great theme tune, by the way.
So I'm on season 2. First look at The Sopranos. You definitely need to get through, because I knew it was ranked as like top 5 TV series.
Yeah, it's proper top draw
of all time. And it was actually released in 1999. So I'm a little bit behind the times. But only on season 2. But you do need to. I was like, I watched the first episode, second episode. It took me 4 or 5 episodes to go, actually, this is worth watching.
Yeah.
The Sopranos. Enjoying it so far on season 2. Lots of boobs, lots of gangsters, lots of just gangster
Pretty
stuff.
much how you live your life, isn't it?
Yeah,
Boobs and gangsters.
Yeah.
That's a typical day
good,
in your
good
life.
core family values in there as well.
I thought you were going to say proper good boobs. Like the good boobs, not the bad boobs, the good boobs. Proper good boobs.
A sort of insight into American life in the early 2000s.
Nice.
So first look at The Sopranos and the first look at Colourblocks.
Are there any other shows on your radar from the past that you would like to watch?
So The Sopranos was one of those ones that when I said I've not watched it, there's a shock reaction. What do you mean you not watched The Sopranos? So probably The Band of Brothers.
Okay.
I've not seen that, so I probably need to watch that.
What about The Wire?
Not watched that, no. So that's,
that's meant to be very good.
Yeah, so there's, But I'm getting more towards that, and the way TV's going these days, I think wait until there's been a few series, it's been confirmed as really good, and then just binge watch. Because there's so many things coming out now, and they just like cancel it after season 1 or season 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't end properly.
Yes.
It's like so annoying. But The Sopranos. Hopefully it ends all right. I don't know. I'm on season 2, but I've got that to look forward to, or not. Who knows?
The wife's watching Yellowstone at the minute.
Yeah, that's meant to be good. Yeah.
Kevin Costner's great looking still. She's watching that. I watched Cobra Kai. The end of that recently.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've not finished it yet, but yeah.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. It's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, no, I like.
And we've been watching Cobra Kai.
I loved Karate Kid when I was a kid. But
who doesn't? Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah. And The Traitors, we've been watching The Traitors US. Like I
couldn't get into the US one.
I've got into it actually. I don't mind it.
I might give it another go, but the British one I liked. But.
Yeah, it's harder with Americans. It's a different mentality.
Yeah.
But okay. So Sopranos, worth a watch.
Have you not watched it?
I know what happens at the end.
No, you can't watch it if you know what happens at the end.
I remember it was massive though when it happened.
I don't remember. So stop talking. I don't know.
Okay. It was big news.
I don't know. Was it? Oh, I don't know. So
Yeah, and obviously the main guy is
no, stop talking. Let's start.
No, like in real life. I'm not talking about the show, but like the actor died, didn't he? The guy who played Tony Soprano. Yeah, he died like I don't know 5 years ago. Gene Hackman died this week as well.
Yes,
that was a big one.
Yeah, but he had a good innings, like 95, I think.
Yeah, but like he's died, his wife's died, and the dog's died. That's strange.
At the same time.
Yeah, they've all been found dead. Like his wife was 30 years younger than him, so he was like 90. His wife's 61, and the dog was found dead in a cupboard.
So there's something going on there.
Well, they said like the circumstances are worthy of an investigation. Like I should think so. Like if he just passed away from old age or fallen over, had a stroke or something, fine. But his wife's 30 years younger than him, and dog in a cupboard. That's suspicious.
Yeah, just a dog in a cupboard's odd, but yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Why is there a dead dog in a cupboard?
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully it's just like, I mean, what a terrible thing to say. Hopefully it's just something like a carbon monoxide accident or something, rather than something like actually sinister.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just a tragedy rather than a.
I hope so.
Okay. Someone's gone to do lally and done something they shouldn't have.
Do lally. Can we talk to our good friend, the Know-it-all Gnome?
Yeah, he's around. Yeah, he survived the storm.
Yeah, I've heard he's had a couple of beers though, so he might be a bit.
I don't think he's drinking.
He's not drinking. He's sober as a judge, is he?
He doesn't drink, really.
No, he doesn't. No, he's only little, isn't he? So
he's wise. He knows that alcohol doesn't really make things better, even though we think it does.
He's wise.
Actually it's a false economy one.
He knows it all. He knows it all.
Yeah, I'll go and find where he is. Hang on. I'll go and find him. I'll send him in. Right, I'm stepping out. I'll speak to you in a bit, okay? Hello.
I don't know why my voice changed there.
How's it going, Daniel?
It's going well, thank you. Know-it-all going well. Where's Mr. Chartreuse gone?
He came and got me, and he said he's going to go and make sure that his wife is okay and not admiring Kevin Costner too closely while she watches Yellowstone.
We've got, I don't know where you want to start. I know you've got your own little advice segment that you like to give, but...
yes, I received a letter that I'm going to talk about, but...
we've also had some fresh questions come in.
Okay, let's hear what people want to know.
Shall we start with that?
Please do.
The first one is... should I travel to Northern Ireland in 2025 or 2026?
There's not much context to go on there. So it's rather hard to answer.
It's a bit of an odd question, isn't it? Bit of an odd question.
It is. However, I would suggest that if you have a passion for a place and you've decided that you want to visit there, then do it as soon as you possibly can, but without getting yourself into financial trouble.
Someone else has written in. I don't quite understand the question, to be honest. Would you rather wear a gnome hat forever with no bell, or gnome shoes with bells on for part of the day every day?
Well, you see, that's a rather philosophical question. Do you go for a small bit of torture and obstruction versus a long period of discomfort? It's like being between a rock and a hard place. And quite frankly, I'd rather be neither. But if I had to choose between a hat all day with no bell or shoes with bells for part of the day, I would say shoes with bells for part of the day. Because at least then you get to have that sweet sense of freedom, which cannot be overlooked.
Very wise. You do know it all. You do know it all. And a final one from a listener that's really, gone for that. You know it all. So ask the tough questions.
Please do.
What sound does a giraffe make?
That is an age-old question. What sound does a giraffe make? It's one of those philosophical questions along the lines of, if a tree falls and no one's there to hear it, does it actually make a sound? But when it comes to the humble giraffe, there are many answers.
Your voice is slowed down like you're Googling that or no.
Well, I mean, a lot of the time people think giraffes are silent, but I've seen giraffes. I've heard them move. I know that they make sounds. But giraffes do make sounds. But it's weird. Sometimes a giraffe will make a hum, especially at night, possibly to communicate with other giraffes.
Like a humming sound.
It sounds like a deep, low-frequency vibration, like...
Okay.
Sometimes giraffes can bleat, like calves bleat to call their moms, similar to a soft, high-pitched meh, like a meh, meh, meh. If you startle, did you know that if you startle or annoy a giraffe, they can let out a short snort, like a sneeze, like...
I did not know. Okay.
And adults can even grunt or even moo in deep tone, especially if they are in social interactions.
Right.
So if you ever hear a giraffe humming to itself at night, don't worry. It's not haunted or being weird, it's just having a chat.
But there you go. The Know-it-all Gnome knows it all. More than Google. Might be a bit slower than Google, but he knows it all.
I didn't Google anything.
No, I'm just saying that you are better than Google. Just...
I have a way of clarifying things.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
We had a letter. I had a direct email this week.
Okay.
I did.
Lovely.
Welcome to another dose of the undeniable wisdom from your favourite pocket-sized... It's undeniable wisdom from your favourite pocket-sized purveyor of truth. Yours truly, the Know-it-all Gnome. So this week, Mr. Williams, I received a letter from a listener called Janet. She's from Arbroath in Bonnie, Scotland. She wrote to me and she said, Dear Know-it-all Gnome, I'm sick of being cold. It's been a long winter. But to make matters worse, my partner is always warm. When I try and turn up the temperature in our apartment, he flips a lid. He moans when I put the winter duvet on the bed, and I don't know what to do when I need some wisdom. Yours hoveringly, Janet.
Janet should go to the Canary Islands.
Yeah, she appears to be cold, and this is very, very interesting letter she sent. So I'm going to reply to Janet, and I'm going to say, Well, Janet!
Janet!
Today we shall discuss a battle older than time itself. No, not good versus evil. Not even tea versus coffee. No, my dear friends, today we address the temperature war. Janet is not alone facing the ongoing domestic duel where one half of the couple insists they're absolutely freezing, while the other is apparently boiling alive. I can see Mr. Williams nodding. Are you the warm one or the cold one?
It varies. When I'm warm, she's cold. When she's cold, I'm warm. No.
So you can relate to the temperature war?
Yes.
I find that in every relationship there exists the thermostat controller. The person sees themselves as a benevolent ruler, adjusting the temperature with the wisdom of an ancient sage. And then, of course, there is the usurper, the one who waits for their partners to leave the room before immediately changing it back.
Which one are you?
In my house, it was Mrs. Gnome who ruled the thermostat with an iron fist. If I ever tried to nudge it over 20 degrees, she'd hit me on my bottom. So as you can imagine, I did this as much as humanly possible. Spanking aside there, what truly is the solution to this eternal struggle? Traditional wisdom, Mr. Williams, suggests compromise. But let's be honest, compromise in this case usually means one of you is still uncomfortable. So what can be done? Well, I'm going to speak from experience here and tell you about what me and Mrs. Gnome used to do. We agreed to what was called a snuggle agreement. And this is what I suggest to you, Janet. You set up a snuggle agreement with your partner. If you're fed up of being cold and your partner won't let you turn up the thermostat, get them to agree to a legally binding agreement where you as the colder partner are allowed, nay, even entitled, to absorb the heat of your beloved. After all, sharing is caring. This agreement can include, but is not limited to, putting your cold hands on their warm back.
The cold hands? The cold hands? Where are the cold hands?
Cold hands on their warm back.
The cold hands.
Cold hands. Or maybe put your ice feet, wedge them under their leg. Or my personal favourite, which I used to do with Mrs. Gnome all the time, the 2 a.m. full-body leech press. The hot partner may protest, but this is not a request, it's the natural order of things. And if that doesn't work, Janet, then you'll be left with the only truly British option. suffer in silence while passively aggressively adjusting the thermostat when no one's looking. But I hope this works. The snuggle agreement, and spanking aside, the snuggle agreement did work very well for us. So, dear listeners, I hope this works for you. Janet, I'd like to hear how it gets on with your partner. And dear listeners, until next time, stay wise, stay warm, and remember, true love is allowing your partner to turn your home into either an igloo or sauna, and only occasionally complaining about it.
Thank you very much. Oh, no, that's some wise words there. Wise words.
Have you enjoyed a spanking, Williams?
No, sorry, but that's some really good advice there. Thank you very much, and especially with the giraffe. I didn't know. I did not know what sound a giraffe made, so that was helpful for me.
I like the way you tried to catch me out with that question.
It wasn't me. I didn't imagine.
Who wrote the letter, dare I ask?
The draft, that was from a Tambam 5000.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm glad to be able to help, Tam.
Yes.
Tam 5000.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I will see you next time with more wisdom.
Until next time, to episode 10.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Mr. Hodgkiss, are you back?
I am.
He's up.
I listened at the door.
We need to do something. He's
out of control.
He's out of control.
Since his wife died, he's just become a bit of an. You can see he's getting a bit spicier, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting a bit too hot under the collar, and yeah. If any of our listeners notice a alternative every other episode quality difference, that may be because the second one in the evening, because we record two at the same time. Bad joke. Bad joke. Why was the computer tired when they got home from work?
I don't know. Why was the computer tired when it got home from work?
Because they had a hard drive.
Oh. So, if that is, you can see why Leanne's video that she sent in at the start of the episode was funny.
Yes, that'll be Logan in a few years' time.
If you told that to Logan or I told that to Braid,
on a documentary,
there would definitely be a frown.
Yes.
But I liked it.
Anyways, we're getting sleepy and tired, listeners.
We should probably wrap it up, shouldn't we, Wells?
Yes. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
You're such an idiot. Meh. 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 Good morning, Vietnam! Meh. Meh. Meh.